Hi there. I've still got a cold, but I still want to do a video, you know. And I want to talk about, I've been meaning to do a video all day, but it just hasn't happened. And I want to talk about, what I started to perceive in this unexpected spiritual awakening, which was, I started to perceive, at the age of 24, when I started going through this, how everything has to come from nothing, which is just common sense. So that cancels out all religion and gods or whatever nonsense comes from that. Because what about before the God? You see? So we know that, that before there's something has to be a nothing. And this is what I started to perceive in this, once I started going through this unexpected spiritual awakening. I started to perceive how all is one, because all has to come from one infinite nothingness. Common sense. That's without science. And anything after the nothing, after awareness, is just made up. It's all illusory, all the form and the labels and the names and the numbers, it's all made up. Everything. It's all just illusory nonsense. And yet people buy into it and they repeat it. Just nothing. Just made up by somebody. What is anything really when you go deep enough? What is consciousness? What is this? What are you, really? What is here? What is here? What does that mean? Is there really a meaning to anything? Is there a point? And the answer, I think, is I don't know. I don't think there is a point. It's all, I just think it is, but I don't think there's a reason. And it's just a non-dual emptiness, nothing, which dreams of form, of existence. It's all you can be from nothing. But then again, there's infinite potential of what you can be, because nothingness is infinite potential. It also means that everything's perfect. Because if you're dealing with infinity, that means that this moment has run itself infinitely. That means that we're getting the infinitely perfected version of this, meaning it's perfect. It's the infinitely tried and tested version of this. But that's it. And the nothing would have to be awareness to produce awareness. So the nothing isn't really a nothing, it's a something. Just awareness with no form. That's all we are. Aware, a state of being aware, or a state of being unaware sometimes. But that's it. That's the two choices. Aware or not aware. And that's it. And people just make up the rest from their own imaginations. They make up the form in their heads, they make up the names, they make up labels. And the system uses this to control people. It gets them to repeat, like in education. And then the people actually think that the reality is like this, but no, that was made up by somebody. So when you think of this and you realise everything's you, this is how I'm very meditative all the time. Because it's these philosophies that I started tapping into after this unexpected spiritual awakening. I started to perceive how all was infinite, so that means I'm God. And we are lied to. We are given an idea of God being separate, but there can't be separation within one infinite nothingness. It's all the same nothing. It's all you. And there is no separate self. The self, the real self, is the all that is. The infinite all that is. But there's no separation. And the separate self is like you looking into a mirror and the mirror thinking it's separate, but it's the same thing. It's all you. It's all one. And this is the law of one, the law of oneness. It's all the same thing. Everything. You know what? People, like, even frequency. If someone makes up a frequency number and they add numbers to it, that's made up again. Someone has to make that up at some stage. Maths and all things is made up. And it's just nothing. It's all nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. And the nothing is this. And so don't buy into the labels and what people say, because it's all rubbish. If all comes from nothing, then it's just awareness that we are. This moment right now, this presence, this awareness of this is the only thing we really have. And most people don't appreciate it. They spend the rest of their lives looking or thinking of another moment that they want, but they aren't present. When you're present in relaxation, that's how you awaken your life force energy within you. It happens when you're in deep, deep relaxation, meditation, being present, and then it awakens itself. See, energies is all to do with how you look at reality. We're programmed to look at reality from a certain angle, so we don't access it. How you access your chakra system is simply by looking at reality from the angle that it's all you, and that it's all perfect, it's all one, it's all infinity. And when you know this is when your energy system opens up and you're tapping into your tantric life force energies. You know, simply by knowing that all is just a non-dual nothing with no form. If you think of it, you know, at some stage there has to be nothing, but if that is the case, there isn't a start point. You can't experience nothing when it was nothing. And that brings the question, was the nothing, did the nothing ever take place in the first place? Because if you're dealing with a nothing, you're dealing with a situation of no beginning and end. Is it just the imagination from the awareness that presents the idea of a start point of nothing? Is there something within the infinite awareness that is given an imagination? A bit like how night turns to day, how you got weather patterns. It's all the same awareness, but it has to change to grow. That's why separation exists. Because that's how the one thing grows, by separating itself. Even though it's the same self. Experiencing itself as separate. And everything that you think is outward is actually within you. It's all you. But I'm just going to leave it there. And if you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Everything falls to divine order and divine timing. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.